Howdy folks, got another mammoth video for you today. This is, as promised, a selection of the commentary highlights from the Wargaming League Grand Finals held last week in Warsaw in Poland, except this time, rather than commentating with Luke Neller or Dorjan24, who you may know as the voice of Wargaming's Best Replays of the Week video series, today it's a selection of the games that I broadcast with Quickybaby, whom you all know and love, from his own World of Tanks Twitch TV channel, as well as his YouTube channel. We're going to start off with Quickybaby and I complaining about the lack of impact that the T-49 light tank has had in the series up till now, and very quickly being forced to eat our words. I hope you're going to enjoy the video. Tomorrow I'm off to Tiger Day at the Bovington Tank Museum. I will be taking the video camera along, and there will be a video of Tiger Day coming up at some point next week. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the commentary from myself and Quickybaby at the Wargaming League Grand Finals 2015.
Just missed that shot, otherwise it could have been so very different.
I'm just not feeling it with the T-49 today. It has never really scored one of those big hits yet. You may as well be in another T-54 lightweight.
Will an attacking team finally win in this match?
It'd be nice to see, because I think that's going to be what breaks the back of the game here. That's going to be the decider. It's like a penalty shootout in the World Cup final. It's whoever saves the first shot is going to be the one that wins.
Yeah,
you know?
Maybe they can have the momentum.
Yeah.
Earlier we saw Na'Vi put up a defense on this map, which they were able to win. What they did is they just located, the center part.
Yeah.
And they waited for the enemies to try and surround them, and then they just pushed out on one flank, and they took advantage of the game.
Oh, that's a balls. That's a brave move.
It was. At the time, though, they were 4-0 up.
So they could afford to try something a little adventurous.
They could be a little bit more aggressive. But now this time it's 2-2. I think the teams might be a bit more passive in their play, and they have to be. They can't risk it. It's neck and neck as we're going into
they can't
this
afford to make a mistake. Unfortunately, being too cautious could be the mistake that they can't afford to make. But you don't want to be that one guy who does the wrong thing and costs you the match, because you just don't want to be that guy. I've been that guy many, many times.
I'm still waiting for a 1v1 at the end of the evening. It'd be good.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Oh, Cliff.
So, Cliff, we're going into our 5th game on Cliff. Let's see how it goes down. Let's see if an attacking team can put a dent in the defenses.
All right, what do we got? Oh.
So, attacking this time, we have We Play Santa Claus and the 6 Deers. They are using, this time, 2 Walker Bulldogs and a T-49 and 4 T-54 lightweights. Wow! All you American light tank fans out there, you have got to be happy.
Virtus Pro in defense are using 2 Walker Bulldogs and the rest of T-54 lightweights. So, no heavy tanks, not this match. Not today, Jingles. Not today. I
feel like the T-49 might be a good pick against, say, like a 3090, but the heavy armor of the T-54 lightweight, I'm just wondering if they're trying to just creative in his T-49, trying to get a side shot in.
He just hasn't had those shots, has he? The T-54 lightweight has basically got medium tank armor at tier 8.
Some big hits here by Virtus Pro on Vulcan.
Just Cause has taken some hits there as well.
Yes. Oh, finally a big hit, 800,
there it is.
1,000, 1,100. It's a one-shot, just creative. One-shots, Coca-Cola. What a fantastic result there.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll polish out.
Good night. That was a T-54 lightweight there.
They're just getting stuck right in. Look at that.
It's like that's what they needed. They needed the T-49. Now we've got them, guys. Let's go in. A dead commander on breakneck as they push.
Focus them down. There's Bishop's out. They've only got 3 tanks left.
Push over.
Wow.
What a hit. We were asking, can the attacking team win? Blooming well looks like they can on Cliff, doesn't it?
Wow, man. This is just... It's brutal. They're just taking no prisoners.
Just Creative must be saying, hey guys, just let me reload. No problem. He gets another kill. I think that was 500 damage.
It looks like Karitz had the chance to kill Colossoid and it bounced. Oh.
I tell you what, he's just trying to prove us wrong.
That's 2 minutes.
Was just dead. We were questioning the fidelity of the T-49 pick.
Yeah, he must have heard us.
1 minute later, he was like, okay, I've just been playing with you guys. Let's do this.
There you go. 1,088 damage.
And it was burns. It created a fire as well.
Yeah, that's right. Set him on fire.
When you penetrate your opponents with such a high caliber shell, it causes massive damage internally to the vehicle. So the resulting fire, a lot of these guys are probably using a repair kit, a med kit, and also a premium consumable. And they will have firefighting skills, I believe. I believe they all have full skills, I believe.
They will have. Yeah.
So they will have firefighting, which will help out, but that fire still ticked, and it ticked until he was dead. So T49, basically, we've been proven. We've been proven. Right. Shut up, Quickybaby and Jingles.
Yeah, what do you know?
What do you know?
Nothing.
I'm the Derp Light. So fantastic there. Just cause. He is the T49 player of the tournament.
He is. He's the only one I've seen so far.
There you go.
But, yeah, I must admit, I was thinking, well, I don't know, T49, T54 lightweight.
Shut up, Jingles, is what T49 says.
What do you know? Nothing.
He's probably got damaged crew in the next tank. A penalty if you get killed by a T49 that hard. Next game you play without a driver, I think, is what we're going to have to see.
Your driver's like, no, don't, I'm not doing it.
No, don't put me in there.
Not going up against that again. My ears are still ringing. Sorry.
Totally.
Sick note. I'm going.
Jingles, if you were to counter a team of T54 lightweights, what would you pick? Do you think roughly? Would you take heavies? Would you take mediums? Let's think.
A T57 heavy?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I mean, as long as I'm choosing.
So now we're going to be seeing
the make or break match.
The make or break game. Let's see what happens in our 7th game. We play our 1 win away from an upset, and it looks like, as far as we play are concerned, there has been no changes.
It's Virtus Pro, exactly the same lineup. It hasn't worked out too well for them in the last 2 games.
This time, however, Virtus are attacking. Maybe the attacking team always wins on Cliff.
Maybe that's the new meta on Cliff.
The new meta.
I guess we're about to find out.
Attacking team always wins. It looks like both teams are dominating the center of the map. He who doesn't go here seems to be having a very bad day, at least in the eyes of these pro teams.
Okay, they've both got Walker Bulldogs trying to get up the top of the hill. Funny Mushroom's taking a hit, it's been forced back. T49 is now coming up to the top of the hill. Very brave of them.
Beowulf took 2 massive, 3 massive, 4 massive hits there. And Snigash has also taken massive hits. The T49, what are they doing? Oh my word. So much damage, so quickly.
Just created, it's gone.
Virtus are 1,000, make that 1,500 health up on their opponents.
It's as if they're just sick and tired of losing.
3 tanks down, not a single tank until that last 2 kills. Oh my word, destruction happening. Virtus are trying to seize their advantage here. They are triple.
Only have 1,000 health left.
Triple
600 health left, 500. They're down to 2 tanks.
It's looking very grim here. The Walker Bulldog is Amarax. He has 1 shot left. That was his last shot as he secures a kill. He secures his kill with his last shot, though. What's he going to do now?
And wow.
Okay, 1 versus 3 Jingles. Walker
Funny
Bulldog.
Mushroom is clearly reloading.
Yes, he'll be reloading until this match finishes almost.
But it just missed. And again.
Snapshots galore. Can he run away? He's the defending team.
Oh, that's not good.
I think he's had enough of life. Oh my word, Funny Mushroom pulls a move only an artillery player could dream of as he drowns himself at the end of the game.
Don't go there, girlfriend.
Don't go there. Oh no, chat is going to erupt.
Can't wait to see what chat has to say.
Every artillery player is going to have a go at me for that one.
Virtus Pro back in the game.
With almost a mirror of exactly what happened. Apart from this time, we play attacked again. They attacked again.
Exactly, yeah.
But this time, it didn't go well, even though they were the defending team.
Yeah, that's
Do you think that was a mistake? Do you think that we play should have defended?
Well, they lost, so perhaps. I don't know. I mean, they try to use the same tactic that worked so well for them in the first 2 games. Clearly it didn't work that time. They just got comprehensive. And again, this kind of fight, where 2 teams just line up and go straight at each other, it's not down to the captain of the team directing. Maybe he's calling out shots and say, right, focus on him next. But beyond that, it's happening too quickly, and the situation's changing too rapidly for the guy in charge of the team to be directing. And it's all down to whichever team has practiced most and works best and doesn't need to be told that his teammate needs support, because he's played with him 8 hours a day for the last 6 months and just knows. And that's what we're seeing in this kind of fight.
So, Virtus dodge the first of 3 bullets. That was the first one. They've still got to dodge 2 more.
That's right.
Are they going to be able to do it? They've got to attack again on Cliff.
Do you think this might go to a tiebreaker?
It could do. Well, if they're going to win, if Virtus win, it will go to a tiebreaker. What I think really is that we play. They've been attacking very aggressively and winning, and maybe they thought, let's have a go. We've got 3 games. Let's try and finish this early and make a statement.
Yeah, that's a reasonable assumption.
I think
we've got 2 games in hand. We can afford to throw one. Let's just try and finish it early.
Hopefully now what happens is they calm down, they realize we're defending. Let's force the enemies to come at us with their poor gun depression. They're using T-54 lightweights, which are not very good with regards to gun depression. And then see if they can get the easy shots, get those easy shots in, and then later on maybe they can put some pressure
Maybe put the pressure on, go for the counter-attack again. But they can't afford to underestimate a team like Virtus Pro. And maybe they've been getting a bit too cocky with them. 4 games up, well, 2 games up, 4 wins in a row. Maybe
they're still 4-3 up.
They've still got plenty of a lead. Let's see what happens in the next one. So we're back on Cliff.
Back on Cliff. Let's see if Virtus can dodge the second bullet. So, similar setup, exactly the same here for We Play.
0 changes for Virtus Pro either. Virtus Pro on the attack, We Play on the defense. Oh, change in tactics here, however. Virtus Pro are sending the majority of the team up the 1 line and merely sending a couple of scouts. And it looks like We Play, Santa Claus and 6 are doing exactly the same thing. So
now the question here is, will Virtus turn right or will they turn left? They seem to be turning right. That means they're going to try and pressure the middle of the map and shoot up at We Play. Will We Play totally ignore this and go and chase after the Walker Bulldog? They are grouped together. They are surrounded. What is going to happen here?
Look at the crossfire they're going to get here.
Are they going to realize what's
Bishop
happening?
Yet?
Right now, I would love to see We Play push out aggressively through one flank.
That's what they need to do. That's absolutely what they need to do. And it looks like they're going to do it.
But they've let that Walker Bulldog be alive on low health.
They haven't finished him off.
Look at that. He is dumping 10 shells from his autoloader straight towards them.
They should have killed Karinz. Well, then again,
big hit there.
They managed to get out of his line of fire.
422 from the T-49. The health is changing rapidly here. We Play us slightly in the lead. The fighting is going down. How is Breakneck? Breakneck is down.
Virtus has lost another one.
They're sending their Walker Bulldog in. We see that Reels is reloading. Just Cause is coming in from the flank as well. It is still Virtus Pro that is getting annihilators. They're 1,500 hit points down.
I mean, they're trying to fall back, but We Play just not giving them.
They are synergized. Look at these T-54 lightweights going round, slaughtering everything. It is now 1 versus 5. I think that just...
What an upset.
Cause.
Virtus Pro are not going to be happy with this.
And that is good night for the second seeds. It's a fantastic round. I thought it was an exciting one.
It was.
5-3.
The games I've been watching on the main stage have been 5-1, 5-0. They were good games, but you don't get to watch many of them because one team just completely dominates. That was close.
What we're also going to be doing now, Jingles, is that we promised that there wasn't... We weren't happy with the break that there was between the games, the matches last time. So now me and Jingles are going to be having some, probably, we're just going to, I finally get to mingle with Jingles.
That's right, we're going to have some mingles with Jingles.
There you go, that's how it's going to be. So, what do you think of Poland so far?
Oh, it's been great. It's been fantastic. Absolutely great. The food is just amazing. My first night, I popped down to this Champion Sports Bar.
Oh, yeah,
which is
in the hotel.
Yeah, bottom floor of the hotel. And it's... I know, you go to Poland, and why would you go to an American sports bar? And yeah, okay. But I thought, well, I'll have a look at the menu, and what do they have there that's Polish? And they were doing this, it's a Polish soup, everybody from Poland, and Belarus as well, apparently. It's a thing common to Poland and Belarus. It's a soup called Zurek, and it's made from sour rye, but it's got boiled eggs and white sausage in it.
Really? White sausage?
Yeah, absolutely delicious.
Is it?
Oh,
I must have some. I must go.
You can get it on room service in the hotel.
I would like to see questions sent via Twitter. You can find me at Quickybaby on Twitter. Please do send your questions and your comments towards me. You can ask me questions. You can ask Jingles questions. You can ask whatever you want. Within reason. Within reason.
I
We
can
will try and
confirm,
get
by the
through
way,
to it.
Quickybaby is naked from the waist down. Okay. Somebody asked me that question earlier.
Don't tell them that.
You want to see the view they've all got from back there?
Oh, don't do that. Everyone turns around in the audience. Oh, God, no. What's that? We had a very exciting first match. This is going to be the second match that me and Jingles are going to be casting for you.
I have to admit, when I saw that the way that Schoolbus had designed their own T-shirts, I was thinking, how can you not love that? But when I saw one of the guys on RUlette was called Game is Rigged.
Just don't know. We don't really mind as long as somebody wins.
Exactly. Don't know who to shout for.
So here we go. We are going to get into our first game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be EU-NA rivalry. So it begins. I want to hear it in Twitch chat. EU-NA.
We have RT.
Who's EU and who's NA
Let's see
in
it
the
in
Twitch chat? I want to see your names.
And, wow.
So the attacking team has picked an artillery.
That's right. They have an M44. Tier 6 artillery.
So to go with that, they also have a Speerpanzer and 5 T-54 lightweights. This is against a T-32. Ah, wow. So the T-32 is going to take a defensive position. But look at this. Schoolbus are playing very aggressively to take the western part of the map. The rest of the team composition on RUlette is 4 T-54 lightweights, T-37, along with a Speerpanzer. So where is that artillery going to go? You can see that the speed of that artillery is very fast, that M44, isn't it?
Is it?
Just keeping up with the T-54 lightweights. They're going to get him to the north, where he can hide up in the mountains.
That's right.
And then use him to rain death upon their opponents.
That's basically what they're doing here. They're just providing a mobile screen for the M44 so we can get into cover. As one of them stayed back to cover the rear, because here they come out of the road in the middle. They've broken cover.
I think they've caught the artillery here, Jingles. Is the T-32 going to press on? Are the T-54s going to create a crossfire? Do you see this area at F2, F3? That is a very important ground for them to
they're not pursuing. They're just occupying that ground. They're taking the ridge line.
We can see that there is a kill zone across the whole of the map, which RUlette have to cross if they want to get Schoolbus's artillery. And if not, maybe Schoolbus's artillery can do some work and make some plays. I am not experienced in that position in artillery. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get any shots off, considering the position that RUlette has taken. But what we might be seeing here is Schoolbus continuing to flank around to put pressure on the cap circle towards the east, and then to create a crossfire as RUlette have to go across the east to defend.
In fact, I think I saw them. No, they're not going for it. Not just yet. But they've completely swapped positions.
Yeah.
Both teams have swapped sides on the map. RUlette went straight down the middle and then hooked west.
Remember again that RUlette are defending. It is in their interest to just hold on.
That's right. They can't afford to lose tanks. The M44's gone.
Well, there you go. He was spotted and he was easy pickings for this T-32.
Just noticed. I didn't actually see it when it happened. I was watching something else. So, well, first match we've seen with artillery didn't actually do a lot.
They needed to get the artillery over that railroad that you see that spreads from the C1 line to the A5 line. They had to get him over this railway right here that is being shown. They needed to get the artillery up into this position, but they were unable to do so. Looks like the artillery tried to make a run for it, knowing that his demise was imminent, and he was just unable to do so.
We're watching Nuclear now. T-54 line, we're making a run trying to spot and get some flanking. Oh, he's paid for it, but he managed to do some damage. But it's not the target he was going for. He's trying to dislodge that T-32, put pressure on him and make him fall back.
A one-for-one trade, but look what RUlette have in the southeast corner of the map. That is a T-37, yes?
Is that
T-37 light tank?
Yes, yes it is, yes.
T-37 light tank in the southeast corner that has good gun depression, and the gun on that is very impressive.
It's not bad at all.
With the APCR rounds that tank does get, it will be able to melt the size of the T-54 lightweights.
They are putting pressure on the T-32 now. He's taken significant... Oh, that was a... What gun is he using? It is the big 105, isn't it?
I haven't quite seen the alpha damage, but that T-54 lightweight takes a massive hit, 460, as Abrasive tries to push over to be able to use the gun depression of the T-54. But look at this, RUlette
look at them
doing
coming
a
in.
massive attack from the west, but look at the counter moves by Griffin here. Griffin has the side of the Speerpanzer. Fantastic play by Griffin. He's slowing them down as RUlette tried to press in through the west. The T-34 is taking round after round after round into the back of his tank, and he will be going down.
He's gone.
And this is a real intense round. Schoolbus are showing their experience in taking the lead in hit points massively at the end of this game. They are now over 3 times the hit points of their opponents. They've only lost 1 tank. They are simply dominating. It is now 1 versus 6. They are getting absolutely annihilated.
And the one is a T-37.
Yeah. So, Schoolbus sacrificed their artillery. They went, hey, you can have him.
Yeah.
It's fine. He's just our little good luck buddy, right?
Wow.
Schoolbus.
That was
convincing attack.
Very, very convincing. And at the end, when RUlette pushed to try to drive a wedge between Schoolbus's defence, and Schoolbus just fell back,
down the west,
circled around, and came up behind them, feinted, drew them into that gap, while one of them peeled off and didn't even worry about the T-32 behind him, because there were 2 other T-54 lightweights on him, and then just peeled up, came around the rock, and suddenly you're pursuing them, and now suddenly you're caught in the crossfire. Beautiful move.
It looked like what we said, that the T-32 just couldn't find that dominant
That's
position.
Right. Yeah.
It was... he was kind of just slipping down that slope, just getting nailed in the side by the T-54 lightweights. Completely useless use of that tank, but his hand was forced. He had to go and defend his friends. He had to fight for them. Otherwise, they would have simply gone down together. That was a lovely try at an attack by RUlette.
Yeah, RUlette didn't... I mean, it was a good plan. It almost worked, but there was just that one little move. Right as they were pushing that wedge through, just to the west of the T-32, they 3 T-54 lightweights against 2 T-54 lightweights.
They surrounded them.
Yeah, exactly. 2 tanks surrounded.
3 tanks.
Was it 3?
No. What I'm saying is, it's 2 tanks surrounded 3.
Just surrounded 3. Yeah, and practically. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but it was almost as if 2 tanks just surrounded and outnumbered 3.
Yeah.
They
stopped. They
dominated them. They stopped them in their tracks. It was great. It was great.
Maybe they thought. Do you remember the T-54 light that was behind those 3 tanks?
Yes.
The T-32 was going to be able to take him out because he was exposed to that T-32, at least from what I saw in it. Perhaps they had a miscommunication.
T-32 his gun was pointing the other way because he saw 2 T-54 lightweights.
They needed to secure that flank and then continue to push in.
If the T-32 a couple of seconds earlier had backed up those 2 T-54 lightweights, I'm not saying it will, but it might have ended differently. But he would have probably still lost the T-32, would have given the rest of his T-54 lightweights a chance against the other 2 T-54 lightweights that came in, because they needed to nail those 2 that they were trying to drive the wedge between first. And instead, one of them fell back, delayed them, and the other one swept around and just, hi, I'm behind you. While the T-32 was going, what? Oh, and now I'm dead.
So a dominant performance from the EU #1 seed, unless I'm mistaken, versus RUlette, the seed 2 from North America.
Right. Yeah, a good performance for RUlette, I have to say.
It was a close game. It was
evenly
fought. Though when you think about it, they had 6 tanks left alive at the end, but it didn't seem like it was that.
No,
it was close and tense.
Yeah.
Before the ending, and then Schoolbus just went ahead and they didn't stop rolling towards their goal.
That's right. And again, when you've only got 7 tanks against 7 tanks, when things start to go wrong, they go wrong very, very quickly in these kind of tournaments.
So, attacking team wins again.
So,
is this an attacking map, or is this just Schoolbus EU superiority?
Well, it's those T-shirts, isn't it?
If you are willing to draw your own T-shirt,
that's right,
at this competition,
and if you can stand there in front of a camera and just make funny noises with your mouth, like when you're being filmed for the Wargaming League Grand Finals, then you have to win.
It has to be a fan favourite.
Those are the rules.
I'm pretty sure that people in the chat are going to be seriously getting behind Schoolbus, at least from the EU region.
Yeah. So RUlette, come on, we know you can do it. You've got a guy called Game is Rigged on the team, right?
Yeah.
You can't lose because the game is... Oh, oops.
Because the game is rigged.
But, yeah, come on. I'd like to see them pull one back. And they can
we don't want a
do
5-0, do we?
We don't want a 5-0. We want to be able to talk about the game. We don't have to say, all right, okay, so back in half an hour because they just won 5-0. We want to see RUlette win a couple.
Come on, RUlette. It's time to stand up.
Come on. Okay, Schoolbus. I'm not supporting you anymore. Come on, Roulette. Come on, North America.
We get some NA. NA is greater than EU in the Twitch chat.
That's right.
Well, let's not talk about Santa Claus now. Let's focus on Roulette and
Here we
their
go.
fourth game. Here we...
So come on, Roulette. We want more screen time, so you have to win a few games.
This time Roulette are going full T54 lightweights with the T37. Schoolbus having another artillery. That's pretty much the same setup.
It's exactly the same setup. Yeah, they've got the RU251 and the artillery. RUlette there having a fun time in his M44. And they're trying to head for, different positions this time. RUlette's at the other end of the map.
It still seems to be developing, but Roulette seem to have listened to our suggestion. Let's go, Roulette.
Get over that railway line. Kill that guy.
How much do they have to lose to do so, though? They have lost.
They've taken a lot of damage.
They are 2,000 hit points down, as we see an artillery shell nearly miss. Oh my word!
RUlette's managed to get away.
They lost so much health.
It feels like it was the right thing to do because, you know, T54 lightweight, hold down, tough turrets, but they took too much damage doing it.
Schoolbus aimed like professionals. They made them pay for that going in. Oh my word.
They've got more than half, they've got less than half the health.
3,000 more health. This was a drubbing. Jingles, I'm starting to believe what you said about the fact that this might be just a
better team.
A better team. Schoolbus really stepping up.
Do you think we're looking at a 5-0?
I think we are.
It's difficult to argue.
But look at the module damage on those T54 lightweights. They might have
drivers.
They might have a lot of armor and quite a lot of hit points. But gosh, no protection for the crew.
Can you imagine? If the situation was reversed, Roulette was defending, and all those T54 lightweights had dead drivers, and they got one tank left, and it's just run away because they have to catch him. Mind you, where can you hide on steps? You know, it's
well. What we just saw is the RUlette play. The idea of the RUlette tactic of going straight in just did not work at all.
Trying to put Schoolbus on the back foot and say, right, you know, change the tactics up. See how they react to something unexpected, and they reacted very, very well.
It was, I believe, Hellraisers that we had the pleasure of casting the game for earlier. Hellraisers, they still won. It's worth mentioning they still won, but it was darn close.
Yeah.
It was 4-5 to Hellraisers, RUlette getting 4, and that's because they just went in. Do you think RUlette have decided to do this all-in kind of tactic too late?
Well, it's certainly. The thing was, I was looking at when they committed to it and they just all charged, and you could see they needed to get over that railway line. And there was one enemy T54 lightweight on that side of the railway line. He did not hesitate
to switch.
He switched sides instantly. He saw that train wreck of T54 lightweights coming towards him, and that cost them because some of them hesitated and stayed on top of the railway line, taking constant flanking shots as they turned their turrets around, trying to get that guy as he pulled out and swapped positions with them. And of course, T54 lightweights don't have very good gun depression, do they?
Yeah, it's a game-changing
move. They took
move.
like 2,000 damage between the 5 of them just in that one moment as they were trying to get over that railway line. And that, I think, was where it swung it.
That was probably one of the best plays that we've seen so far today. That T54 lightweight, that is the difference between a good player and an excellent player. The person who he's cool under pressure.
Yeah.
He was under so much pressure with that whole horde of tanks coming towards him.
Yeah.
He was cool.
He just didn't panic. He thought, okay, I need to be there.
He probably even put a couple of shots in.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
So fantastic. We're going to be looking at our next map. Let's see what Schoolbus are going to try and pick up their winning game on. They have to win one of the next 5, believe it or not, starting on Prokhorovka. Here is Schoolbus versus RUlette. They are 4 games to 0. Schoolbus only need to win one of the next 5, and let's see what the setup is. RUlette have taken artillery. They're taking a tier 6 French artillery, the AMX-13 F3AM.
Schoolbus have mixed it up a little. They have 3 T54 lightweights, 2 RU251 spare panzers, and 2 M41 Walker Bulldogs.
Unsurprising, the rest of RUlette's tanks, apart from that artillery, are the T54 lightweights. The attacking team is RUlette. They're going to have to win an assault.
And they're already taking damage.
This
but
is
they're
rather
dealing it as well.
This is it. That rather aggressive play. Whoa! RUlette has taken some big old hits,
he's
and
gone.
he is
He's
down.
gone.
They're focusing fire on the other Walker Bulldog. It looks like Schoolbus are wanting to give us that opportunity, Jingles. They're down
Come on,
2
RUlette.
tanks, but the health points are even.
Yes.
Fair enough. You've lost 2 tier 7 light tanks, but if you've got your health on your tier 8s, then you're doing okay.
Schoolbus are defending. They can't afford to keep losing tanks like this. They've got to start looking after the health on the remaining tanks.
Those Spear Panzers have got gun depression.
And Schoolbus are still playing
takes
very
a swing.
aggressively.
I believe the artillery did a healthy amount of damage there.
Have a look at Nuclear here. He's gone right over the railway line. He can't afford to lose tanks like this, but he can get away with it.
He's winning one versus 2.
And if he can kill the
That
second,
is just
he's done
confidence.
it. Has he done it? I think he might have done it.
He will. That's just confidence there,
Oh.
Jingles. They're just making outplays on an individual level. Schoolbus are going to get the win over RUlette.
Unbelievable. Look, we're not even 2 minutes into the game.
EU smash NA out the park, at least with regards to this round.
That play, though.
What an absolute drubbing.
Nuclear went on the defence, went out over the railway line and fought 2 T-54 lightweights to a standstill. And
a ram kill.
a ram kill on the artillery at the end. How can you ask for more than that?
Schoolbus, Jingles' favourite now.
They may not be going to win, but I like them.
Now it's time for the first semi-final match. Let's throw it over to the commentators.
So guys, welcome back. I am Will Quickybaby Frampton, and I am here now with my good buddy Jingles. Finally, the dream team is here from yesterday.
We're bad. He's drunk, and I'm mad.
What? Drunk, Jingles. So,
don't worry, we'll edit that out.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. So we got 2 fantastic games with just you and me casting coming right up here.
Yeah. First one, EL Gaming versus Kazna Kru.
Everyone, we are going to be looking at our second map in our crunch between Kazna Kru and EL Gaming. Right. The next map is going to be Cliff. Cliff seems to favour the attacking team.
It does, and it does seem to favour, well, once again, I would kind of expect. I mean, we saw a couple of games from Cliff the other day, and it tends to be just this massive, violent melee right in the middle of the map underneath that mountain with a lighthouse on top. The games tended to be over very, very quickly indeed, and the most aggressive, or the most controlled aggressive team tended to win. And, well, it's difficult to say which is the most aggressive team out of these 2.
So we are seeing that EL Gaming are taking their favourite LTTBs, whereas Kazna are deciding to take the M41 Walker Bulldogs. What this means is that they are going to have that initial burst power and also gun depression.
Yeah, yeah, something that the LTTB definitely does not have.
With the auto-loader on the Walker Bulldog, you do have 8 degrees of gun depression compared to the 3 degrees, but they are not going to play intelligent. Oh, my word!
There goes one of the LTTBs already.
LTTB down, but a T-54 lightweight down on Kazna Kru's team. Kazna Kru are hemorrhaging health. They are down 1,000 hit points. Neck and neck, it is an onslaught. Urlfish is on a one-shot. Oh my word, Spring is down, Urlfish is down, Black is going down. Can Vecco die? Vecco is down. Oh, it is 3 versus 3. There is a dead gunner on LD Nexus. He has a dead gunner. He's not going to be very accurate. They are going to take him down first. They do not know that he's got that dead gunner. It is now 2 versus 3, but surely they're going to take LD Nexus down, but he is behind a wreck.
Trying to get behind
they can't find him. They've finally found him. Now it's a perfect 2-on-2, but it's 2 Walker Bulldogs versus 2 T-54 lightweights. What's the reload status?
They're both reloading.
Yuzne is reloading.
Yuzne will be reloaded sooner.
5 seconds. Yuzne will be ready.
He's going to have to buy time for Hybar.
Hybar needs to run away, or where are they going to choose to make their engagement, Jingles? They're going to turn round now, I believe. We're going to see Hybar turn round and go all in. He's on fire!
He's on fire! He's on fire!
Oh my word! He burns to death inside his tank, and Yuzne is surely going to get rammed to hell! Oh my word! What he is getting, he's making a good fight of it.
He's doing the absolute best he can, but that was inevitable. What a game.
3-2, 3-2, man. Oh,
what a comeback.
Oh my word.
Who's aggressive now?
I think we, Jingles, I think we might be seeing to see game plan here.
I think you could be right.
Are we starting to see a game plan here?
I'm having a bit of a nightmare with my headset cord. There we go, that's better.
Fantastic. All right.
That was, yeah, you know, when it develops like that, it's all down to individual skill, instinct, and teamwork.
Trying to keep
individual teamwork, but you know what I mean.
So remember, guys, me and Jingles are here doing this for our first time. So trying to keep up, trying to keep up with the way that this combat is going down is absolutely awesome. Can you believe how fast that developed?
That was gone. It was done. 2 minutes. Game over. Next match. Back on Cliff. Come on. Where is it? It's just.
So what do you think about the impact of the LTTBs versus the Walker Bulldogs? The Walker Bulldogs were alive at the end of the game.
They were, and we had no... Well, one of the LTTBs was the first one down.
So it looks like what EL Gaming planned are, look, we can't... They took the opinion of, okay, we can't stop the Walker Bulldogs from unloading.
No.
Let's kill their T-54 lightweights, then the Walker Bulldogs will not be ready for a second clip.
That's right. Catch them on the reload.
Yeah.
Preserve your health, catch them on the reload, and then assassinate them.
And we just saw that in a 2 versus 2 engagement, really the Walker Bulldogs do not have the hit points or really the armor to take on a tier 8 light tank. There's a reason, there's a difference. For everyone out there who might not know, the Walker Bulldog is a tier 7 light tank.
That's right. It doesn't have the same hit points as the T-54 lightweight. It doesn't have the armor of the T-54 lightweight. One's got a very, very strong autoloader. When that autoloader is reloading, you're just occupying a space on the map that would be better used for somebody with a gun that actually works at the time.
So their strategy was, let's kill the T-54 lightweights, leave those Walker Bulldogs, and it worked. They won the 2 versus 2. That was it. Fantastic play there by EL Gaming, and we have just a series on our hands now.
Yes.
We have got a real series. All the hopes of the European server are now resting on if Kazna Kru can rebound from that heavy close-quarter combat defeat.
So and come on, game faces on, boys.
This is what I was talking about. Those crazy situations, I always thought that EL were going to do better than Kazna Kru at the beginning. And they're taking exactly the same again. Are we going to see a mirror match?
Are they? Well, let's see. And it's all about the mountain and the lighthouse here. Nobody ever bothers going anywhere else in these tournament matches.
Remember that Kazna Kru are defending, but it feels like these professionals know far more than we do, and it's obvious that you have to take the center position.
Yeah,
the center position is so dominant.
There's no real defending team when you're on Cliff.
Oh my word, they might be sending.
Are they going to do it again?
They're going round the side. Oh my!
They're sending the LTTB out.
They're going to flank around.
They're both trying to flank around each other.
Can RUlette get back? Can RUlette get back? Is he going to get double tracked? RUlette has survived.
Try to survive.
They're counter flanking. They focus some great fire onto Nightmare. Nightmare is down, and Reflection is on half health, but RUlette is down too. Black is taking shots in the side in his LTTB. Where's Fox? Fox is on half health as well. Oh, it is developing very well. I feel like Kazna Kru might be getting the better very early on here.
Gone.
Fallen is down now, however. Both Walker Bulldogs have finished unloading, Jingles.
So now we're going to see the difference.
Now it's the T-54s. Which T-54s are left? 2 T-54s on Kazna, 3 T-54s on EL. They've got no Walker Bulldogs. It might as well be 3-on-2 right now. Now 3-on-1. It is... Oh, we're seeing the difference.
Unbelievable. Look at this.
This is exactly what happened last time.
Exactly what happened last time.
They ignore the Walker Bulldogs, go, well, you got 10 shots,
exactly.
No problem. Shoot me with your 10 shots. I keep going. You keep shooting me.
Tank.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Those T-54 lightweights simply ignored the Walker Bulldogs, and there is practically no chance now that Disney can win this. If he does, hats off to him.
If he does, he's the best player in the world.
I will find a hat and eat it if he wins this.
I will eat my own ass if he wins this game. Okay. Hand me a knife and fork now.
Oh my word. Can he do it? I kind of want to see this now.
Oh, I want to see him. No, he's not going to do it. I mean, he's doing absolutely
we've been getting catering, and so the only knives and forks we have are plastic.
That's going to make it tough. My ass is made of leather. Right, so there's going to be some serious chewing.
Oh my word. It's only a matter of time until Yuzne, who is in a very fast tank,
and he's reloading again, however.
He has some very angry Soviet tanks chasing him down here. Can he escape?
Oh, he's playing a game of his life, but it's just not going to be enough, is it?
He's reloading again. He's only got 14 seconds to survive.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, you know what? Round of applause for Yuzne there. Kazna Kru have got to change their lineup now.
Jingles, I really do not see EL Gaming employing any other tactic.
No. The thing is, Kazna Kru was sitting there thinking, okay, well, you know, these the same lineup against us 3 games in a row, and they've kicked our asses.
So Kazna feeling the pressure, losing the first 2 games when they got to defend. Exactly. Now they have to attack.
Now they have to attack.
But I do not think that EL Gaming are going to defend.
I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see a traditional defense from EL Gaming in this third match on Cliff.
But they have not changed their lineup. We still have the 2 M41 Walker Bulldogs versus the LTTBs.
All right. Is this going to be as aggressive as the previous 2 games?
What's this LTTB? Did he just manage to vault his way up that slope?
It looks like he has. Wow.
I have
That's
never
Black. He's going to spot them all as they come across.
I've never seen that meta. I have never seen that play. Black teaching me how to play World of
Tanks. He's lit up 4 of Kazna Kru.
Great spot there by Black.
And he's taken no damage doing it.
EL Gaming are going to do exactly the same thing again.
Vecco
is nearly already down. He is on half health. Vecco is getting absolutely massacred. Let's see if the Walker Bulldogs can be more efficient this time. The Walker Bulldogs wasted their time. They're actually going to kill this Walker Bulldog this time by the looks of it. They're going to take him down. They're not employing the same tactics. What a ram there by Spring on Earlfish. Not sure if it took his tracks off. They are flanking right now, but they have a Walker Bulldog. Hyper is putting round after round, but he's only got 1 left. That was his last shot. Now Hyper is reloading. One of the Walker Bulldogs is dead. On the Kazna Kru team, it is neck and neck. Earlfish is down. The Walker Bulldog is still reloading. The EL Gaming team do not need to reload. It might as well be 4 versus 2 right now. 3 versus 2, make that as they get 1 kill back. If Nexus goes down, it is going to be 3 versus 1 until Hyper can finish, but he's going to finish in 5 seconds or so, Jingles. When he comes back into the game, can he make this difference?
May be very different.
LD Nexus plays fantastically and manages to escape. He's put his game. He's put his guard.
Just a fraction of a second too slow getting behind the building.
What a shot by Nice there to take out that.
But Hybar has now reloaded. He's already been through 3 rounds of ammunition. He's fired off another. He's scoring some damage there against Nice's T-54 lightweight from above. He's pulled back to try and get another position around the other side of the flank. Here it comes. He's taking a hit.
He's gone down the slope. He feels like he needs to attack.
He's going after Fox TS. He's trying to draw the pressure away from his teammates on the other side.
Oh, he is getting massacred, but can he kill Fox before? What bounce? 1. And he decides to shoot the LTTB instead because Fox was angling his armor.
It didn't do him any good.
Leaving his ally in a 3 versus 1 engagement. I cannot see Alien. He's already talking to his allies, saying what's wrong. Yeah. Surely, if you're playing here, you should.
Not on the game.
If you're by yourself in this situation, you would just be focused. You've got nothing more to say to anyone. You should just be focused on your own gameplay. Yeah. We could see him there talking about tactics with his friends. I think that Kazna Kru are feeling the pressure.
He's demoralised. You can see the look on his face. He was just going through the motions. He knew he was done. He just... I know how that feels, I have to admit. But you can't do that. I mean, he was... The chances of him pulling off a win from that situation were pretty bad, but you've got to... It's not the sort of, yeah, well, we're done expression you expect to see on the face of a pro gamer, is it?
So, APAC Asia greater than EU today.
Looking that way.
So, Kazna Kru, the last hope of the European region in this Grand Finals event.
Kazna Kru have to win every game they play from here on.
3 bullets, Jingles, just like yesterday. You remember the 3 bullets?
That's right.
They're going to have to embrace the inner Neo. They're going to have to dodge bullets. 3 of them here against EL Gaming. How do you counter this aggression? The Walker Bulldogs haven't been working.
No, they haven't, and they still keep using them. I wouldn't have expected... I mean, the LTTB, it's almost as if EL Gaming are just using the LTTBs as, there you go, there's something easy for you to kill.
Health. And just aggression.
Yeah.
Ram something,
bounce the occasional shot and do some damage. But it's like they're offering them up as sacrifices. You know, these are the easier kills. Go for it. Shoot the LTTBs. And it's like, I don't know, Kazna Kru taking the bait. Because the LTTBs always seem to be the first ones to die, when it's the T-54 lightweights that are actually the ones doing the damage. So... And it's really surprising because Kazna Kru got this reputation for aggression, and yet they're clearly being out-aggressed by EL Gaming. I can't remember seeing any of EL Gaming's matches from yesterday, but I don't remember them being as just balls-out aggressive as this. It's been absolutely amazing to watch. And of course, it's all going down to the wall now because EL Gaming just need 1 more kill, and EL Gaming are through to the finals. Oh, look at this. We're seeing something we haven't seen happen here on Cliff before.
Kazna Kru are changing up their play completely here. They're sending 1 M41 Walker Bulldog. It looks like Black is making the same play. He's managed to vault his way up that slope.
He's done it again.
Amazing.
I've never seen anybody. I didn't even know you could do that. But he's going to.
I
think he realises he's in serious trouble now, however.
They predicted that Black would do that, but Black immediately
but they've put one of the Walker Bulldogs up top.
Black immediately realized what the situation was that he was getting himself into, and for some reason Yesne is now caught out trying to get... Is he trying to get up the hill, Jingles?
I think he's trying to get out of there.
He's fired 5 shots already.
I think the idea was that they just send him up there.
He's baiting.
Yeah, to bait them so that they can come around and shoot them in the rear.
Fish and 4 T-54 lightweights, even 5 T-54 lightweights are all lined up and ready to nail anything that tries to kill their friend Yesne.
But you've got Black and the LTTB down there doing pretty much exactly the same thing that Yesne's doing at the top of the hill, the Walker Bulldog, just baiting them, and it's going to be a question of who blinks first.
Let's not forget, EL Gaming are defending here. They don't need to attack.
That's right. It's
but
all on Kazna Kru.
Isn't this the first game that we have seen where EL Gaming hasn't gone all in?
It is.
And what happens in the first 2 games when they didn't go all in? They lost. Is this a chance for Kazna Kru to return the sanity to this matchup?
I think what we're seeing here is EL Gaming, Kazna Kru's tactics taking EL Gaming by surprise, and EL Gaming immediately recognising that all-out aggression was not going to win this one for them. So
exactly.
Now, they're sitting back. They're thinking, okay, let's see what we're going to do here.
If I might be so bold, I would say that it definitely suits Kazna to play a more careful approach.
It seems to be the case.
But it doesn't look like that's the case as the Walker Bulldog gets shut down. That was a lot of their vision. He wasn't just spotting over the ridgeline. He was proxy spotting.
That's right.
He was proxy spotting Spring. He was proxy spotting Reflection. And nice, locking them in. Now those guys can get back into their sneaky
sit on the
ways.
hilltop and get the spots.
Hyber is trying to get shots into the side of the T-54
look at the move.
lightweights.
Look at the move on the map.
They are going.
They're going for a wide flanking maneuver. They're going to run into M41.
What Hyber needs to do now is he needs to get underneath their gun line and lure them down. And they're taking it. Nice. Goes over the ridge. They're going to get shot in the side by all the T-54. The T-54s are pushing out.
Here it
this
comes.
is huge. They didn't get baited down. Did you see how Nice and Fox did not go all the way down? So now they've got all their guns in position. They nail RUlette once.
It's going to take that Walker Bulldog time to get back up and around.
They're down a tier 8 tank now, Jingles.
They've got to make the most of it.
Reflection is getting some side shots in here.
This could be it.
I do feel that EL Gaming have the side flank and they've got 1 kill. Are they going to kill LD Nexus? They've got 2 kills. The Walker Bulldog, what's the reload status? Thankfully, Hyper comes into the side with his autoloader and he's changed the pace of the engagement here. It's now 3 versus 3.
So close.
Hyper is still loaded. Hyper is doing the work. It's 2 versus 2. Hyper's
only got 2 shots left.
How many has he got left? He's got 2.
1 shot left.
I think that's it. He has blown his load and he is out.
Now it's over and we're probably looking here
1.
at EL Gaming's ticket into the Grand Final.
He has to turn and kill Fox. He has to kill Fox. But Fox is hiding behind and
it's done. It's done. EL Gaming are through the semi-finals.
Well played to EL Gaming, showing their strength, their teamwork, their synergy. They pushed right through Kazna Kru.
What a play.
And kind of an upset here.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think anybody was expecting one of the Asian Pacific teams to make it through this far.
After Kazna Kru took out Schoolbus earlier in the day, their other EU rivals, so easily, at least from what we saw in Prokhorovka, I expected Kazna Kru to come through this matchup. However, it definitely wasn't the case.
I think everybody expected Kazna Kru to come through this match and get into the finals. But not today, Kazna Kru, not today.
And look at their celebrations. You can tell how much it means to them.
Man, they've earned it. They definitely earned it.
Any doubt in how much that they want to win this tournament?
You know, because they always, they're always asking these teams. So, what are you going to be pleased with today? Semi-finals, quarter-finals. EL Gaming wants to win.
Anything but winning?
What's the point in taking part if you're not going to win?
Fantastic play there. Fantastic play.
Oh, did not expect to see.
And EL Gaming went on into the finals and unfortunately lost, finishing in 2nd place to the new world champions, Hellraiser, from the Russian server. And that was myself and Quickybaby broadcasting live at the time from the Wargaming League Grand Finals held in Warsaw in Poland. I hope you enjoyed the video, folks. Link in the video description if you want to see any of the other games, which are still up as past broadcasts on the Wargaming League Twitch channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.